what happens in a machine learning workflow, especially for trading, and we just review the structure. Basically, the first step of machine learning process is to collect the data. So then what do you mean by collecting the data? So generally, when you are doing quantitative analysis for either for trading or investing, so you collect financial market data, mostly OHLC data, open, high, low, close, volume data of stocks. And in addition to that, you would also collect fundamental data like stocks, income reports, profit and loss statements, quarterly reports, etc. So using all this data, you can create a machine learning model that's going to help you in either predicting the price or either predicting the trend of the stock. So first step is to collect the data. So there are many data providers. So you can use Yahoo Finance. So it's a Python library. So you can use Yahoo Finance to easily get the data, or you can also use APIs given by your brokers, or you can also subscribe to APIs and data services of external data vendors. And once you collect the data, next important step is to pre-process the data. Now, what it means is you can't directly use the data you have collected because we are not sure of the quality of the data. So generally, the main problem with any kind of data is NaN values. That means for some, for example, let's say you have collected 1 million rows of data. So for some days, data might be missing or data might be corrupted. So it's our responsibility to clean that. So this is the prime step of data pre-processing. So for that, you just check for the NaN values and do what need to be done. Either you delete the NaN values or replace the NaN values by imputing. And also you need to check for outliers. So you can plot the data and see if there is any unusual movement or unusual data. For example, let's say most of the time the stock price is between 200 and 300 and suddenly one data point is 1000. So that means there is some problem with the data. So without doing data pre-processing, we can't move ahead because it will only lead to faulty assumptions and faulty results. And once you're done with your data pre-processing, then you generate features, because for any machine learning model, we input the features. So features holds the essence of the raw data. So for example, you have, let's say you have given OHLCV data, means you have collected open, high, low, close, volume data of the stock for, let's say, last 10 years. So you need to generate features from that. So that OHLCV data is a raw data. So you generate features by doing some transformations, like probably calculating returns. Returns could be one of the features, or people use technical indicators. People use statistical transformations also on the data, so that something important can be extracted from it and features can be constructed. And once this step is done, you split the data. Basically, you split the data into two parts. Generally, you split the data into two parts: test data and train data. And you can split it in the ratio of 70-30, means you can use 70% of the data to train and 30% data to test. And you use your train data to fit the model. Let's say you want to use a classification model. So you use this data and fit the model with that data, so that the model will learn whatever patterns or components of this train data. And you can also tune the model. So you're using hyperparameter tuning like grid search or random search. So you can tune the model so that it will drive different parameters of the model. And this is a cyclic process. And once you're happy with the model results, you can then inject the test data into the model, so that whatever parameters or whatever information the model learned from the trained data, it's going to use test data to give you predictions. So your prediction can be either you can predict the price for it using a regression model, or you can also predict the direction by using a classification model. And yeah, and then you can also check the results. Basically, you have to check the results and understand the accuracy and understand how well the model is predicting what you want to predict. So in general, this is a general process of a machine learning model, be it anything, be it neural networks, be it classification, KNN, or random forest, or be it a regression model. So any kind of model follows this process, and there are few changes you can do. For example, to improve the model accuracy. So after you split the data, you can also scale the data, because when you have several features, different features comes in different ranges. For example, if you take a stock that is mostly between 200 to 300, open, high, low, close, all these values may be between 200 to 300. But if you take volumes, volume may be a bigger value like 50,000, 1 million, 2 million, like that. So it's better to bring all the features into a similar scale and then give it as an input to your model. So that process is called scaling. So you can do that. And also here we are trying to do hyperparameter tuning. And instead of splitting into two parts, you can split into three parts. And third part is validation set. So you train the model and use that parameters for hyperparameter tuning on validation set. And once you're happy with it, then you can use test data. So not only this, there are many ways to improve the accuracy of your machine learning model, but this is just a general structure. And you can see you can see all the courses that are available in the learning tracks. So every course will follow the same structure.